Yo, what's going on, my people? Welcome to the Get Your Shift Together Men's Podcast, Winning Wednesdays. Good morning to you, Dr. Myron Edmonds here. How y'all doing on today? It's hump day, my people, which means, listen, you halfway through the week, but we ain't living for the weekend. We live for each day. We got more stuff to get done, more people to love. Come on, man. We got more God's will to be performed in our lives. Come on, man. How many of you excited just about life, man? You ain't living between weekends, man. Every single day is a gift. Good morning to all of you. Just want to welcome you this morning to the Get Your Shift Together Wednesday, Winning Wednesday edition. And man, got a lot to talk about today, and I want to jump right into it. Good morning, my people. Good morning, my people. I recently just saw something the other day that I wanted to talk to you guys about. But before I do, I have got to challenge all of you to be at the challenge. My brothers, I need you need to be at the Men's Breakthrough Challenge. What is the Men's Breakthrough Challenge? It's 3 days where we're going to provide coaching and mentorship for brothers who need help to stop failing where they ought to be winning. That's what we're going to be doing. The Men's Breakthrough Challenge. The Men's Breakthrough Challenge is a 3-day virtual event, which I will be leading, and I'll have guests, and there'll be good information share. But man, 3 days to help you to fix what's failing in your life. More importantly, your faith, your family, and your focus, that man in the mirror. If you need a reset, if you need clarity, if you need help, if you need to get your life together, maybe publicly you're killing it, but privately, maybe you got some struggles going on. Maybe there's some character issues. Maybe there's some crisis. Maybe there's some areas of your life personally that you're struggling with, that you know are limiting you, that are self-sabotaging you, that are holding you back. I know what it's like. I've been there, done that. I was that guy who was very publicly well thought of, but privately, my family, where I was, as one person said, I was bleeding on people that didn't cut me. Fellas, man, listen, don't tell yourself you don't need stuff like this. As a matter of fact, do yourself a favor, love yourself enough to say, you know what, whatever help that I need, wherever I can optimize, wherever I can grow, wherever I can develop, wherever I can be the best version of myself I possibly can be, man, I want to be there. I'm telling you, hundreds of brothers are going to be on this challenge. The dates are August 11th through 13th. You can register right now. Go to the website, www.mensbreakthroughchallenge.com, www.mensbreakthroughchallenge.com. Here's the thing. There is a small fee to get in this, and I'm saying it's very small. But what if I told you, you ready for this? I said, what if I told you that you could actually get in for free? Oh, how about this? Not even just for free. What if I told you that we would actually pay you to come? Here's the information right here. Make money with us. If you want to attend the Men's Breakthrough Challenge, all you got to do is use your influence to make some money. Simply get another brother to register, and guess what? We're going to give you 50% the cost of the registration. So you can cut your registration in half. But honestly, if you get 2 brothers, you've cut your registration fee out completely. If you get 3 brothers, guess what? You're making money now. You're cooking now. If you get 4 or 5, you're really cooking. So I just want to recommend to you right now, go ahead, sign up to be an affiliate with us for the Men's Breakthrough Challenge. All you got to do is bring a few guys and get yours paid for. And that's either for general administration, VIP, or the elite status, $47.97 or $197. And guess what? You also get a chance to win a $300 prize each night. I ain't telling you what it is, but it's technological. You need to go ahead and not only sign up for the challenge, but sign up to be an affiliate. Help us get brothers out to the challenge so we can change some lives. And while you're doing it, make some money. Yes, literally, we are going to pay you to help us to get brothers to attend the challenge. Thank you very much. All right, let's get into our subject today. I want to talk about the forgotten practice that makes weak men strong. Forgotten practice that makes weak men strong. So I saw something the other day that I was kind of shocked by this. Well, I wasn't shocked by it. Why am I saying that? I remember when I was in high school, we used to have a thing called spring fever. I don't know if you all remember that, but around springtime, people would be hooking up with each other. And we would say it was the heat. It was something, I don't know what it was, but that's what it was. Spring fever on college campuses, spring breaks, something about the warm weather. I think it may impair like impulse control. And so I was wondering about this and I went to go research and I was like, I wonder, does warm weather, I mean, now some people live in a perpetual state of warm weather. I understand that, right? But for those of us who are caught up in the seasons, I was like, does the seasonal changes, especially when it gets warm, when the summer comes, when things slow down just a little bit, is there any correlation or connection between that and bad behavior? Well, according to the research suggests that the summer can indeed influence bad decision making and even the likelihood of goal slippage. Here's what the study shows. The study shows that the heat impairs cognition and impulse control. it's called the heat hypothesis. It also says that pleasant weather lulls you into mental laziness. Also, it says that it disrupts planning and creates present bias. You go on vacation, you get off your rhythm. I'm getting ready to go on a cruise ship. That's why I'm bringing this up. I'm about to go on a cruise ship. You already know what's about to go down on a cruise ship. I paid too much money. How do I remain focused? How do I get back to the guy that I said I wanted to be in January, right? And then we even see a moral compass shift, your moral compass, like in terms of character, like your values. There's a shift. Like you start compromising. Interestingly, research shows that moral values tied to authority, loyalty, and purity tend to dip during summer months, making people potentially more open to risk, less socially disciplined, and less cohesive in group behavior. So we end up getting into stuff, y'all, in the summer. Mental health and impulsivity, seasonality, right? Seasonal theory, it's called, suggests that summer may exacerbate conditions like linked to impulsivity, such as mania, psychosis, suicidal behavior due to shifts in immune response and brain regulation. In other words, guys, sometimes changes in seasons, changes in weather. I'm talking about this current season that we're in right now. Some of you done fell off. And there's research to prove why you fall off. Because there's stuff happening in your brain, there's stuff happening in your body. You're relaxing. You don't have the same mindset. The pain of staying the same has not become greater than the pain of change the pain of change is still less than the pain of staying the same. And I don't know. I want to encourage you today, and I'm going to tell you something that I recently decided to do. And it comes from an old ancient practice that we currently don't do anymore. So I'm on a Nazarite vow. You guys know what a Nazarite vow is? I'm on a Nazarite vow. I decided to take what I would call a Nazarite vow. And I was inspired by this by reading about the story in the Bible of Samson. I'm currently writing a book that has a lot to do with Samson and men and vulnerability. And as I was writing the book, I was kind of like, wow, look at this, man. Like Samson had what the Bible calls from the very day of his birth, his mother and he were placed on what is called a Nazarite vow. Now, I don't know if you know what a Nazarite vow is, but in the scriptures, specifically in Numbers chapter 6, it describes a voluntary period of separation. The word Nazarite comes from the Hebrew word nazir and means to separate. It means to consecrate. It means to dedicate. Now, let's be clear. Nazarite is not the same as a Nazarene. Jesus was not a Nazarite, if you will. Jesus was from Nazareth, a Nazarene. So those are two separate things. So we're talking about a Nazarite vow, which was a voluntary period of separation, the word Nazir, from which we get the word Nazarite, to identify a person who has gone on a period of separation, a period of consecration, a period of dedication. And a Nazarite wasn't necessarily better than other people. It just means that they were set apart for a special use. And there were about 4 people that we know of in the scriptures that went on these Nazarite vows. You can read more about what a Nazarite vow is in number 6. I'll give you just a little bit of it, but I want to go somewhere with this today and tell you, because this is what I've decided to do with my life over the next 90 days. And I'm leading also a small group of men in our inner circle to do this Nazarite vow for 90 days. I'll tell you why. I'll tell you what it has done for me and why maybe you should consider doing the same thing. So what a Nazarite vow basically does, or here are some individuals rather who have taken on the Nazarite vow. Samson, of course, we know him in Judges chapter 13. He had a lifelong vow, and his Nazarite vow basically he could not touch grapes. He couldn't touch grapes, not just drink or be drunk, but he had to stay away from grapes. He had to stay away from dead things, dead bodies, dead animals. And he could not cut his hair as a visible reminder. So he had a physical, visible reminder of his vow, which is that he did not cut his hair. More than likely, Samson had very long locks. Number two, he was not to touch dead things. And then number three, he was not to touch grapes, anything that would lead to inebriation or drunkenness. He had to stay completely away from the grape itself. And that was the lifelong vow that Samson had on his life. But of course, if you know Samson's story in the Bible, which is found in Judges 13 through 16, Samson broke that vow from day one, bro. From day one, Samson threw off those restrictions and he lived an undisciplined life. He saw the restrictions as a removal of his freedom instead of a protection of his anointing. And that's what I want you all to see today. Also, we have Samuel. Samuel was also a Nazarite, dedicated from birth. John the Baptist, if you know anything about him, he's the forerunner, Jesus' cousin who prepared the way for Christ. He also was a Nazarite. Paul, the Apostle Paul, took a temporary Nazarite vow. You see that in Acts 18:18. Now, the vow wasn't just for priests or for pastors. It was for regular men or anybody who decided that they wanted to do this to deepen their relationship with God. If you wanted an extraordinary connection with God so that God could do amazing things, they would go on this period of separation even from good things, from bad things, from dead things. And they would put on their bodies, even their hair, a physical reminder. Now, why do I feel like we need to bring this back? Because this in many ways is like a fast, if you will. And from some of us, we need to do a lifelong Nazarite vow, meaning there are some things that we as men, for the rest of our lives, we need to avoid touching, we need to avoid looking at, we need to avoid going to, we need a visible reminder because we are just prone to certain behaviors that are self-destructive in our lives. And many of us need to say, for the rest of my life, I'm just going to keep this thing out of my life. I don't need, and it could be a lot of things, which I'll explain in a minute. So I believe a lot of men, especially during this time of year, people in general, according to research, their moral compass is lowering. They're getting to a place where they are struggling with impulse control, the warm weather, whatever. Maybe it don't even got nothing to do with the weather. You're far away from your goals that you set at the beginning of the year, and you find yourself falling off big time. You've lost focus. And so I feel like, man, you need to do what I'm doing. And I decided that during these summer months, I'm going to go on a Nazarite vow. So almost like as a way of protection to keep me focused. And what happens is when you begin to restrict things in your life, when you cut things out, see, many of us like to add things that we want to do. So we talk about the S.H.I.F.T framework in our community. The S.H.I.F.T framework is a framework we use that identifies the 5 most important priorities in man's life. What is that? That's his spiritual life. That's his health. That's his integrity. That's his family. And that's his community, his tribe that kind of keeps him focused and accountable. Well, you can add all of these important things in your life, but if you don't take things out, if you don't impose restrictions on yourself, guess what? You are not going to have the focus necessary to do the things that you should do. It's not just about doing the right things. It's also about removing things in our lives that clutter, that cloud our judgment, that are obstacles to us doing the things that we want to do. We see this in sports. We see this with celebrity. We see this with people who are attempting great things. They eliminate things from their diet. They eliminate things from their lifestyle. They eliminate things that may be good, that maybe everybody else is doing, but they realize I'm different. I need to separate myself because there's something special that I'm trying to accomplish. I hope this is making sense for somebody. So I want to encourage many of you men to jump into something like this. Maybe you want to call it a fast. I don't know. But I know it's not just about doing the right things. For many of you, you need to go on a consecrated separation, process event, plan, strategy so that you can focus. All right. So a Nazarite vow essentially is the biblical term for getting into a period of time, temporary or for life, where certain things are restricted and removed from your life so that you can protect the big assignment that God has for your life. It can be either temporary or it can be in perpetuity. All right, let me give you the 5 reasons that I believe that men should do a Nazarite vow like me. And I am. So, one of the things that I'm currently doing right now is that I post on social media, but I actually don't have social media on my phone. I have removed social media from my phone. There is no social media actually on my phone because social media is a distraction. And I really want to focus on 3 things right now. I want to focus on my business. I want to focus on my business. I want to focus on my family. And I want to focus on my relationship with God. And not in that order. My relationship with God, my family, and my business. Those are the 3 things. I want to really focus on those 3 things. I don't got time for anything else. I don't got time to doom scroll. I don't got time to be seeing what's going on in people's lives. I don't got time for none of that. You see me posting, yes, but I'm not posting from my phone. I'm not scrolling on social media. I have a third-party software where I still share content as I'm doing right now, but I'm not on there because I need to focus. I have eliminated some stuff from my diet, and I'm not eating those things for the next 90 days. And then I have a visible reminder on my wrist to remind me that I am in this Nazarite vow. All right. So that's what I'm doing. And I believe that you should do the same thing. Man, my brother, maybe there's some dead stuff, things that are not giving you life. You might want to remove those. And then you have those things that actually defile you, or that cause drunkenness, I should say. So Samson stayed away from grapes because grapes would lead to drinking wine. What is that in your life? You're like, I just have to, I cannot have this in my life. For me, it's social media. Social media is not on my phone. I have my phone all the time. I do work from my phone. Everything happens with my phone. I don't need that distraction. And then you must have a visible reminder. So here are the 5 reasons that I'm going to share with you really quickly why I believe every man should go on some kind of period of separation, a period of consecration, maybe even a lifetime of saying, no longer can I involve myself in this practice or this behavior because I need to protect my assignment. I need to protect my purpose. And let me say this. A lot of times, like Samson saw the Nazarite vow as a restriction. He saw it as something holding him back. He saw it as something imposing an obstacle to his freedom. But to be true, like restrictions actually increase freedom. They increase your freedom to live the life that you are supposed to live and not rather to live the life that you are tempted to live. Oh, there's a big difference. See, many of us are tempted to live a certain life, and that life is pulling us away from our real life's purpose, the thing that you were born to do, the thing that you have the potential to accomplish, your purpose, your assignment, your family, your relationship with God, your ministry, your business. Come on, whatever, your nonprofit organization, your mentorship program, whatever it is that you know is super important. What the enemy wants to do is he wants you to become enslaved to dumb stuff. He wants you to become enslaved to dead things. He wants you to become enslaved to distractions, things that detract, pull you away from important stuff. And I don't know about you, but I've been guilty, and I'm just being transparent. I've been guilty of losing focus. And it happens every year. It happens every week. Every day I have a tendency to lose focus, and I need, I don't know about you, I do. You may be super, super disciplined. But I need, for my anointing, for my assignment, for my purpose, the greater your purpose, the greater your assignment, the greater should be your restrictions. I was amazed to see that Kirk Franklin, I saw not long ago, that he only eats sugar once a month. Bro, no wonder the brother be dancing and moving like he does at 50-something years old. Other athletes like Tom Brady at 40-something years old, I heard that brother was a vegan. LeBron James has a very strict regimen. Even Mike Tyson back in the day, I heard your boy Mike Tyson, even when he was in his prime, brother would not have sex, brother would not drink alcohol, stayed away from drugs, wouldn't stay out late, all this so that he could be the best he could. By the way, when he got knocked out by Buster Douglas, he went through, he didn't keep any of them restrictions. And it showed in the ring. Again, If you want to be great, then you can't live like everybody else. You can't live a normal life if you want to accomplish amazing things. If you want to live up to your potential, then you can't be normal. You can't do what everybody else is doing. You can't listen. I try to tell this to my kids all the time. Listen, stop telling me what they're doing. Stop telling me what normal people do. Stop telling me how normal people behave. Who cares? If you want to be normal, then be normal. But if you want to be great, if you want to make a difference, if you realize that your life is worth more than doom scrolling, sitting around doing stupid stuff, getting caught up in dumb things, being enslaved to behaviors and yourself, then guess what? You can have that life. I don't want that life. All right. Number one, 5 reasons that men should do a Nazarite vow. 5 reasons that men should do a Nazarite vow. All right, here we go. All right, boom. Number 1, to reclaim spiritual focus. Life is loud, lots of distractions. You can't lead your family, your business, yourself if you can't hear from God. This vow helps to silence the noise so that you can hear heaven's instructions. I will testify the minute I decided to go on this 90 days Nazarite vow, removing social media off my phone completely, right? So I can focus on my relationship with God, my family, my business during these summer months when moral compasses lower and impulse control lowers, no self-control. I said, I need to make sure I protect myself so I don't lose myself during the summer. And I went on a Nazarite vow, number 1 first, to reclaim spiritual focus. I want to grow spiritually during this time and not just coast. Number 2, the second reason why I believe you should impose a period of restriction and consecration, prayer, dedication through elimination, removing things from your life. 2 is to reset discipline and self-mastery. What do I mean by that? Men lose strength when they can't say no to themselves. Woo! Fasting builds spiritual and physical control. If you can't rule your cravings, you can't rule your calling. I saw that somebody quoted someone the other day, and it says, if a man can control his sexual appetite, come on, his appetite for food, if he can control what he looks at, what he hears, if a man can get self-control, there is no limit to what he can accomplish in his life. The Bible says in 1 Corinthians 9:27, if you can't rule your cravings, you can't rule your calling. Whoa. Are you hearing me? Number 3, the third reason why I would encourage you to go on a period of separation for 90 days. 90 days is the length of time that most people agree based on research that you can help reset the brain, establish new neural pathways. You have to understand what happens to you. Habits are built up and you don't know why you're doing the things that you do. You self-medicate on dumb stuff. You're getting caught up on dark things that are draining you of life. People, what happens, it's not just that you're consciously making these decisions. There are unconscious patterns inside of you leading you to make these decisions. And sometimes you do them without thinking, whether it be porn, whether it be alcohol, whatever it is, doom scrolling on your phone, whatever it is, you are a creature that is almost set up for addictive behavior. So what this 90 days does, according to the research, it helps to reestablish better habits and practices, because you can't just break habits, you have to replace habits. Number 3, you need to break strongholds and addiction, lust, porn, anger, comfort zones. These things grip men, especially. Isaiah 58:6 says, this is the fast I have chosen to break every yoke. Consecration invites God's power to set you free from chains you can break on your own. So many of you maybe have found yourself, you fell back into bad patterns, bad addictions, and so forth. I want to encourage you, be radical with this thing. Come on, man. I love that quote, and I'm going to say it again, that a lot of people will only experience breakthrough when the pain of staying the same becomes greater than the pain of change. Woo, did you hear what I said? Many of you will never experience breakthrough until the pain of staying where you are gets so unbearable that you don't mind the pain of going through the changes necessary for you to become the person that you need to be, my brother. So I would encourage you, 90 days at least, go on a Nazarite vow, eliminate some stuff from your life. Some of it even may be good so that you can refocus and so that you can break strongholds and addiction. Consecration invites God's power to set you free from chains you can't break on your own, especially if as it relates to sexual things such as porn. The research has shown that you need at least 90 days of separation from it so that your brain can be reset. Your brain has been hijacked by a lack of impulse control and a good Nazarite vow. I'm going on 90 days of strict adherence to this code. I'm going to have my reminder. I'm not going to touch dead things. I'm going to stay away from distractions. Number 4, to sharpen vision and purpose. A distracted man is a defeated man. Jesus spent 40 days fasting in the wilderness before launching his ministry so that he was focused. Big things always happen after moments of consecration. In the Bible, you may remember Joshua, where he had the sun to stand still. It was an amazing thing. If you don't know about the story, read about it. But one of the things that Joshua said to the people of God before they went out to battle and God fought the battle for them. As a matter of fact, God thundered from heaven. He just sent thunder and destroyed all their enemies. They didn't even have to fight. But one of the things that Joshua said to them, I want you to hear. He said, consecrate yourselves, separate yourselves. Pursue holiness, he said. Consecrate yourselves, he said, for tomorrow God is going to do amazing things. Before amazing, there must come consecration. I read a book about this some years ago called Sun Stand Still by Stephen Furtick. Great book. But remember, before God does amazing, there must first be consecration. When you consecrate, when you separate, look at Jesus' life, 40 days in the wilderness of separation, of fasting. And what happens after that? After he comes out of that 40 days, the Bible says the Spirit of God was on him with power, and he began to speak with authority, casting out devils, healing the sick, raising the dead, preaching the gospel. All of these amazing things happen in Jesus' life after the period of separation and consecration. It helps to sharpen your vision and your purpose. All right. Your clarity about next steps for your life will often come from a season of separation, of consecration, of prayer, and of fasting. And I'm recommending 90 days based on the scientific understanding of how the brain is reset, how the brain refocuses. All right. Some of us need to have a Nazarite vow for life with certain things. Number 5, last but not least, here's the 5th reason why you should consider a Nazarite vow. If you don't know what a Nazarite vow is, you're going to have to rewatch this video. Number 5, to experience God's power in a fresh way. See, many men are surviving on yesterday's touch from God, on yesterday's experience from God. You gotten slack, bro. You operating on memory. When we gonna get something fresh and new and vibrant and exciting and adventurous with God? God, come on, God. There's so many parts of God, so many revelations and understandings of God. There's so many things He wants to teach us and help us to see. And I just think that some of us, man, are just good with what we had before. And God is like, bro, behold, I want to do a new thing in your life. But man, you got to separate yourself. You got to come aside. You got to remove some distractions. You got to remove some stuff that are draining you of spiritual vitality and of life, man, so that you can. And so, look, so I got to make this point and I'm going to get out of here. Many men are surviving on yesterday's food, man. Y'all eating leftovers. Come on, brother. You can get some fresh bread. You know how it is. Ain't nothing wrong with leftovers. Come on. Sometimes the food tastes better the next day. But a lot of y'all been eating 4 and 5 day leftovers and leftovers from last week. And that's, bro, make some fresh food. The Nazarite vow brings you to a place of fresh fire, new encounter, supernatural strength. And I believe that. The Bible says that Samson's strength wasn't in his muscles, it was in his consecration. I've told people this before. People think Samson had muscles. How could the most undisciplined man on the planet have muscles? Samson didn't have no muscles, y'all. How? He wasn't in the gym. He wasn't a gym rat. He wasn't a disciplined guy. He wasn't born with muscles. What he was born with a Nazarite vow that he cast off. But more importantly, he was born with the hand of God on his life. And isn't it crazy that God's hand was still on his life? It was still on his life, but his life was still a disappointment. And this Bible said that the Spirit of God would come upon Samson, but Samson did not actually appreciate a relationship with God. The only 2 times that we see him pray in the entire scriptures, and none of those prayers are prayers that show his deep love for God or having a relationship with God. So he missed all that. Samson had the Nazarite vow, but he cast it off. He had the gifting and the anointing, but he did not have the restrictions to protect it. And I'm telling you right now, hear me when I tell you this. Man, man, God be talking to me. And I see some stuff in the supernatural way. I'm just being honest with you. Some of you guys may not understand this. You'd be like, well, I don't know about all this. I'm just being real. Sometimes the devil will tell me, like, bro, I'm going to destroy you. I'm going to destroy your family. I'm going to destroy your kids. And all this is a reminder. I sense the evil presence of the enemy sometimes. And what this does, having this level of discernment, it reminds me is that I cannot trust in my own power and how much I need God to be a leader, how much I need God to be a husband, how much I need God to be a father. And so being dialed in spiritually, being separated from stuff that's draining me of spiritual vitality, that it's draining me of power, that it's keeping me perpetually distracted. I want you to know that is the purpose of these devices. That's the purpose of many apps. People are spending trillions and trillions of dollars coming up with algorithms and scientific research and data to keep you perpetually addicted to a device in your hand. Why? So that you are perpetually distracted. Why? So that you buy their products. Why? Because your attention span is for sale. Listen, I'm telling you right now, we need a period of separation in this society and this world that we're living in, where things are coming at us constantly, interfering with our worship, our relation with God. Our mental health is being challenged by this. We have utter chaos going on in our lives. Don't you need a Nazarite vow? Maybe 90 days, man, to just separate some stuff, get your mind back, get your focus back, get your power back. Come on, man, I'm telling you, it's been amazing for me. I thought that I couldn't. As a matter of fact, I told God, I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to go without no social media. Now, you know, my business run on social media, Lord. Like, you know what I'm doing. I'm out here. And the Lord was like, bro, you can still be on social media. He said, you don't have to be on social media. Hello, somebody. He said, take it off your phone. Take it off your phone. Work on it on your computer because you don't scroll on your computer. He said, but get it off your phone because it is a perpetual distraction. Stop eating sugar. I only eat sugar one day a week now. No sugar, no processed foods, no dairy, none of these things. They cloud your judgment. Get them out of your life for 90 days. Hit a reset button. Don't just coast through the summer. Go to the next level to the summer. Ascend in the summer. Grow in the summer. Be a better man, a better father, all that type of stuff. Look, I wish I could talk about this all day. But God needs more consecrated men. That's what I'm saying. The more consecrated you are, the more amazing thing God is going to do in your life. All right, guys. Thank you guys so much. But I got to tell you this before I go. If you need help in this area, if you need help establishing systems and patterns to protect you from yourself, to get a hold of impulse control, to get focused so that you can do amazing. Maybe you feel stuck. I got you. Would you not join us, my brother, at the Men's Breakthrough Challenge, which is happening. It's coming up. Can I tell you when it's happening? You ready for this? It is happening. Let's see here. There we go. It's happening on August 11th through 13th. It's coming up. Go and register right now. I got you. I can give you the game. I can teach you how to do it. You can go from being right here to being I'm talking focus, money, family, all of these things gets better. Your relationship with your wife, your children. Come on, man. All the drama. Get your mind clear. Clear your head, but don't clear it with alcohol and weed. Clear your mind with separation to God. Don't clear your mind by doom scrolling or watching porn. Clear your mind by separating yourself to God. Get a real serious plan. I got you. I can help you to fix what's failing. You need to join the Men's Breakthrough Challenge. Register right now. Go to www.mensbreakthroughchallenge.com. Now, look, I'll pay you. I'm dead serious. This is not scam. This is not multi-level marketing, whatever. I will pay you. I want you to hear me. I will pay every brother that decides that he is going to bring somebody to this challenge. I will pay you. All right. Are you ready to see the information on how I'm going to pay you? I'm going to show you right now. I'm going to pay you by you simply going to our affiliates page. Go to affiliates.mensbreakthroughchallenge.com. And all you got to do is register. And what will happen is this. We'll have your information and we'll give you a special link. And when people sign up to come and to attend this 3-day Men's Breakthrough Challenge, guess what? I'm going to pay you 50% of the cost of each ticket. One ticket's $47. That's for 3 days. The other ticket is $97 for 3 days, bro, of just premier high-level coaching that's going to help turn your life around and fix what's failing in 3 days, $97. And the elite package is $197. I will give you 50% of either one of those, depending on where any brother registers that you help to sign up to register and be at the Breakthrough Challenge. Brother, I will pay you to get people to come to this, because that's how much I want to see guys' lives change. So go ahead to the website right now, create your own special code. All you can do is share it on your social media pages, share it with your family members, text it, put it in your group text. The affiliates, get that right there, AFFILIATES.mensbreakthroughchallenge.com. Whoever you are, I will pay you if you get people in the room. 50% of the cost of each registration tier, $47, $97, $197. You need some money, you at home, you ain't doing nothing. Man, help me get some brothers to attend this thing, and I will pay you to come, period. You can actually make some money on this. And here's what else is going to happen. When you get to the challenge every night, you get to be in a raffle where I'm going to give away a $300 technological surprise gift. And I'm telling you, it's going to be dope. All you got to do is win this thing out and get brothers to the challenge. Listen, God bless you. Have a wonderful day. Hey, you a Nazarite vow. Peace.